Kami ang Group 1 at ngayong araw ay pag-uusapan natin ang Teks. Hindi yung Teks, kundi yung larong pangkabataan at maituturing larong Pinoy na Teks. Ang larong Teks ay maituturing game of cards kung saan maaring unang matutunan ng kabataan paano pumusta. Makipagpalitan. Katulad ng karamihan, ang Teks ay naging parte ng aking kabataan. Nakatulong ito sa pag-alis ng aking kainipan sa pang-araw-araw, lalo't lalo na nung panahon ko ay di pa gaano ka-accessible ang mga larong nilalaro sa computer, cellphone, at iba pa pang electronic games.
Ang larong Teks ay isang laro na kung saan naging sikat sa mga kabataan noong mga nakaraang panahon. Una itong inilabas noong taong 1970 hanggang 1980 na kung saan ito ay gawa pa lamang sa comics. Ang larong ito ay naging sikat sa kabataan kung kaya't ito ay nabibili lamang sa mga sari-sari stores.
Teks was a coined term for a trading card game, and the actual card themselves popular among the children that probably has started around the late 50s. The cards used in the game, which was also called Teks, are very small, about a quarter of the size of a regular playing cards. First featured cartoon storyboard clips of local films, complete with characters' dialogues and action sequences.
Teks is a Filipino word means texted game card. It has a lot of various texted designs such as comic strips, some anime or cartoon characters. This stuff was once stolen our childhood time and attention. Our childhood generation collected and tried to gather as many texts as we can through playing and winning it against the other opponent players.
The objective of Teks is also where players bet any quantity of their collections of cards in the prize pool, and then whoever has the face-up card or the side that they have agreed on would win the compiled bet on the prize pool to be added in their card collection.
The objective of this game is simple. The player stakes a bet which side of the card will show after flicking or tossing the cards in the air.
In this game, kids place their playing cards as bet against each other in a semi-complicated heads or tails game using the cards. The players of this game can range up to 2 to 3 people. Teks is a traditional game played by children in the Philippines. This game doesn't really have a court layout since it is not played in a specific court. It can be played anywhere we wanted. The arrangement of the players depends on the number of players in the game. They can have a circular manner or any arrangement that they are comfortable with as long as the players are facing each other and the cards are in front of them so that they can see the results of the game after they flick or toss the cards in the air.
The court must be also dry to avoid the cards being wet. It can be indoor and outdoor. It can be played almost everywhere as long as it is safe and far from dangerous sites like pits, highways, and hazardous places. That's all. Thank you.
A game of Teks doesn't have any other materials other than the small Teks game cards used in playing. These cards are also called as postcards. These are thin rectangular cards which have various designs like comic strips or cartoon and anime characters. These characters are usually from anime and cartoon shows aired in the past like Ghost Fighter, Blue Blink, Doraemon, Mojako, Magic Knight Ray Earth, Sailor Moon, and many more. Our game is made along its rules that justifies how it should be done. These are the rules that must be applied when playing Teks. Firstly, there are two methods in playing the game. The first method is clap method, and it is a way of playing Teks that only involves two players. Using their individual cards that were placed on the pawn, players will clap the cards towards each other and let it fall into the floor. The second method is the toss method. This method is a way of playing that involves multiple players. Every individual will choose the Teks card, then one of them will gather the cards and toss it as high as they can, similar to tossing a coin. And those are the two methods in playing the Filipino game, Teks.
Since there are two methods to play Teks, then the guide to how to play Teks goes like this. There are also two ways to play with the cards. Either you clap your hands towards your opponent, or you toss the cards for you to win the game. In terms of winning and losing, since the cards have both pictures or images on both sides, then the colorful one is the front, and the other one was the back side, and the sides were the same printed images.
Rule number 1. If your card shows the front image and your opponent shows the back image, then you win. Conversely, if your card shows the back side and your opponent shows the front side, then you lose. Rule number 2. In a case that involves multiple players for the toss method, if your card shows the front, you win. If it shows the back side, you lose regardless of how many cards is being tossed. But if your opponent's card shows the same side or either front or back, then neither wins nor lose. And rule number 3. Prior to playing the game, you and your opponent will have a deal on how many cards will be given if one of the cards will lose.
Sports teaches you character. It teaches you to play by the rules. It teaches you to know what it feels like to win and lose. It teaches you about life. Billie Jean King. Values of the game of Larong Pinoy Teks that the player can get or reflect upon are as follows: sportsmanship, friendliness or friendship, risk-taking, and appreciation of cultural heritage. Appreciation of cultural heritage. Players play this Larong Pinoy Teks because of past generations' introductions of the game and existing resources that they recognized while adopting the idea of playing the game. Playing the text let the kids revive the childhood experience of past generations of Filipinos. It also introduces some of the cultural values towards the sports in the life of Filipinos. Generation to generation in the present, Laro ng Lahi text continue to evolve as time passed by and as a part of childhood experience.
9 pieces! Okay! Nakagulo na yung text ko! Akin!
Mag-play lang kayo, huwag kayong mag-aaway.